Hello, May Flom here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a quick and fun little card tutorial. It doesn't always have to be complex when we're talking about coloring stamps. So here you can see I have a cute little Lawn Fawn set, and I'm just setting up where I think I want it on my white watercolor paper. And then I'm just going to place things onto my stamp block. I like stamp blocks with grids so that I can see that everything is fairly lined up appropriately. And you know what? Stamping and coloring stamps can be a lot of fun, but it can also be this simple. You can just line your stamps up. I recommend archival ink because archival ink is going to be waterproof, and I'm going to be using water reactive medium, so that means that my stamp will stay clear and sharp and not interact with all the rest of the stuff that I'm doing. So there you can see I'm just kind of visually lining it up and stamping down nice and firm, lift up, and we're done. So you could be done here, or you could decide to color. I'm going to use clean color pens, which are a sort of watercolor-ish marker pen. I say watercolor-ish because they're not exactly watercolor, but they're very close, and you can blend them with each other or with water, as you'll see me doing here. I'm just doing a blend of colors, and what I like to do, you don't want to overwork the paper, but you can add a little water, add a little color, go back and forth until you get the result that you're happy with. And you can see I'm going lighter and darker, just trying to get a nice little blend of color. Now, if you go over the lines, if there's a little flub, guys, it's a handmade card. We don't need to worry about perfection. We're just going to have some fun and create something special for someone. And I'm just going to move through my colors. I'm in the red right now, as well as the caramel and the stick. And that's all I'm going to color. Sometimes just a little coloring adds a whole lot. And you could absolutely be doing this with any mediums you would like. You could use distress inks as watercolors, that works well. You could use watercolor paints. You could use other kinds of markers. You could use pencils. You could use crayons. Use whatever you would like to color, whatever you've got on hand. That's always what I aim to do so that I can use up my supplies. Now, once you are done here comes a really fun part. You can see me finishing things up here. But once I am done, what I am going to do is mount this onto a 5.5 by 4.25 pattern paper. And then I'm going to use a ruler to punch holes and a needle to punch holes to make a marking for stitching, because what I find is this is one of my favorite designs. So do your coloring, then just in and out, do some stitching, and you don't even have to tie a knot. You can just hold it, because then when you're done, you can just use some tape to ensure that the thread stays in place. Do some stitching after you have adhered your piece of paper that's colored onto pattern paper, and then when you're all done, slap that onto a card and you're done. I absolutely love this because it gives me creative fun, but I don't have to think about design. I don't have to think about how am I going to lay this all out. And as you can see here, I've got my tape over the edges there, like I said. Now this just gets glued to a card base and off we go. It is so much fun. And here's another example where I did crisscross stitches to be extra fancy there and added some embellishments. So you can add a little from here or keep it plain, whatever you like. But I hope I've inspired you to stamp a little, color a little, and have fun with your crafting supplies. I'll see you next time. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this.